Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another weekend edition here of the WardiTV Monday. WardiTV Monday number 60, your weekly dose of open StarCraft. I'm of course your host, IVIP. With you, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the Boom Chats, and by my plushies as well. Welcome once again to another catch-up replay cast. Again, for those that are maybe unfamiliar or unaware, last week, Wardi had a double dose of WardiTV Monday because he did have Twitch front page. He was on the front page of Twitch on Monday, and because of that, he did have a back-to-back broadcast of WardiTV Monday number 59 and number 60 as well. Because of daylight savings nowadays, the WardiTV Monday does start very late. It starts like at almost midnight here in Australia, so it starts very, very late. So it's not really as possible for us to cover the events like we used to. So instead of covering it live, we are covering live replays a couple of days after the fact. And likewise, well, as a result, we're here with those replays, with those matches here before you for WardiTV Monday number 60. This did take place right after 59. This was further later in the evening at a more European friendly time instead, and as a result, we have some otherwise unorthodox players. Gabe, HeRoMaRinE. I'm a little bit in shock. I'm a little bit surprised. For those who don't know, HeRoMaRinE, he rarely, if ever, plays in open cups. Like he does not touch open cups whatsoever. Especially WardiTV Mondays. Like he does not wake up early in the day to compete in these or to play in these. This might even be like his first or if not second WardiTV Monday period. So really exciting to see Gabe actually signing up and taking part and actually competing. It is a rare sight to see Gabe take part, and he's going to be going up against someone who is half the size of Gabe. Instead of HeRoMaRinE, HeRo. Let's go. Go boy. So HeRo versus HeRoMaRinE is going to be the first series here of the broadcast. We're jumping into our quarterfinals match. It's going to be a spicy one here, and again, one that we rarely get to experience, so I'm ready. I'm excited. Game 1 is going to be on Persephone. I should also emphasize as well that this tournament did take place last week on Monday, and if you know anything about, or if you are aware of the season of StarCraft and the new ladder map pool, it's been less than a week. It's been less than a week since the new season has been live, so this took place before or in the previous season technically, so we do have the old map pool. I believe this should be the final cast we have on this channel featuring the old map pool. From here on forward, we should be featuring the new maps. I believe even Kung Fu Cup is going to be on the new maps as well. I hope so. Do hope so, as we're going to be covering the Kung Fu Cup next week. For now though, we're jumping into our first game. Game 1 is going to be on Persephone. Let's go. Get into our PvT. Also, bienvenidos, all those in the chat. I see Becoeta, I see Pion, I see Lalith as well. Psycons, bienvenidos, buenos dias, buenos dias. So we are jumping in and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is HeRo. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the German Terran representing Mouse. It is HeRoMaRinE. We go in again. Big Gabe. It's been months since when was the last time I casted Gabe in StarCraft? Jesus. No, I'm curious. Un momento. But it has been quite some time. It's been quite some time here since we have covered HeRoMaRinE. Let us see here. Little League Cup at number 5. This was not too long ago, to be fair. True. And he was also competing in my SOS of the game. So October, okay. He did compete a couple of times in October, and was competing in Little League Cup. That was back in September. So we've casted him 3 different times before post EWC. Okay. But yes, was mainly competing in Little League Cup. So yeah, great to see him here as well for what, the 4th or 5th time that we're going to be seeing him since EWC. Because of that, and because of the meta shifting as well, I'm not entirely certain as to how HeRoMaRinE approaches the game anymore. Back in EWC a couple of months ago at this point, many months ago actually, Gabe, he was playing a lot of mech. He was playing a lot of mech against Protoss, but in the latest patch, of course, mech is now less viable, battle mech especially less viable against Protoss. Gabe was also one to go for a lot of aggressive builds, a lot of 2-base all-ins, but 2-base all-ins have died off over time. Like, they're less popular, they're less effective in the current meta. So we'll see what he goes for. For now, double gas opener out of Gabe, going racks into factory. I don't know if Gabe is really one to kind of accept the current meta, the current state of play in TVP. We've been seeing from Clem, from Beyond, of course, but even from Cure, from Percival, from all the other top Terran players, is that they've been slowing things down and embracing the mid game more often than not. I don't know if Gabe is really one to do that. We'll find out together. We will find out. As Reaper does poke in. Poke in, does pull away behind this CC on the high ground. So we're not going for a one base all in. We're going to be expanding here on the low ground. And we have a HeRo going for his own tech of choice, going for his own Twilight Council. Of course, we were discussing a lot about HeRoMaRinE, but when it comes to HeRo himself, he's also been very active when it comes to current Terran versus Protoss. He's been very heavily reliant on Colossus-based play as well. It is stylistic to open up Storm or Colossus, but HeRo, he has been going for Colossus more often than not. We'll see that trend continues here, going into safe play as well. So far, it is going to be 2-gate blink. On a map like Persephone, we're leading towards a 3rd gateway. And we'll see if that's going to be the case. As the Reaper is going to zone away, or is going to be zoned away. We have our safety sentry going for the hallucination scout. Gabe going for the early drop. Okay, he's building up his Marines, building up his Cyclone, going for an early drop across the map. And we'll see if the hallucination does confirm this, as we do have an extra gateway, as we assumed, 3-gate. So 3-gate blink, very safe play out of HeRo, going for a delayed 3rd base. He might even go for the Robo first as well. Before the expansion, hallucination spots the Cyclone. And spots the Marines. And confirms the drop. And it does confirm the drop as well. So here is fully aware. Back at home should be getting in position. There we go, the army does respond. And HeRoMaRinE, Gabe, he shouldn't really get much done here. He does drop into the main base. Shield battery is nowhere near being done, but the army's in position and will force a pickup and will deflect. So far, so good. Does deflect the army. Likewise, 3rd base is getting up and running as well, going for the triangular 3rd. And Gabe, he's rallying, by the way. He's moving out with his tank. Tank is moving out, Vikings moving out as well. Oh, okay, so he's going for a very committed push here. Going to be rallying Vikings, rallying tanks. Remember, Vikings, they can land, and Vikings land, and Vikings, they do a lot of damage here to gateway units. The goal here is to break the 3rd, and maybe even more damage than that. So again, a really bold move. HeRo expanding towards his opponent. Stalkers poke in, blink is done. But here, he was unable to engage at a time. This space will go down. Nice cancel. Let's cancel here. And Gabe, he can actually get it within range of the Cyber Core. Oh, HeRo goes to the blink. Does barely get the tank, but takes some extra shots to the face though. Yeah, tank goes down. Cyclone as well. Another tank has arrived, and Gabe, he can keep on pushing, but he's bleeding out a lot of Marines actually. Trading at the Marines. So barely maintaining this position. Landing his Viking. More Stalkers warp in. Oh no, the tank! Oh my god, the tank goes down the medivac as well. Ay. This was not bad at all for Gabe up until that moment though. Yeah, Gabe will lose everything. He'll lose everything. Unfortunate pickup there of the tank. With that, he will lose his position. Yes, Gabe did cancel the 3rd base, but HeRo has his own backup 3rd on the way. What were the trades looking like here? HeRo, he lost 7 Stalkers in the process, but that was meant to do crippling damage. Remember, this was very committed here by Gabe. He's throwing down 3 more axes. This is looking more and more like a 2-base all-in follow-up, as Gabe has been hyper-aggressive, and again, he has no intention for the game to last much longer. So Stim is on the way, +1 is on the way. We're going to be hitting a bit of a later timing. This will allow HeRo to build up and saturate his own 3rd base. And we'll see what HeRo can get done. He's going to at least contain his opponents. There is 1 tank out so far, and he's died. Oh, he's blinking in. Oof, does take a tank shot to the face. HeRo's going to be careful. He can one-shot SCVs. This is 2 in total so far. Gets a 3rd. HeRo pulls away. We mentioned this at the start of the game, but here he's very fond of going into the Colossus as a follow-up. And there it is, the Bay is on the way. 5 more gateways. Colossus and his gateway composition is building up. You know, good use of the healing pad. And we'll see if Gabe pulls the boys. We shall see. Something to take note of here, we did mention it's going to be a 2-base all-in, is that these Raxes have no add-ons, so no reactor, no tech labs, there's no add-ons here, there's no setup for a longer game, there's no there's no second eBay for 1-1 upgrades, there's no third TC, and I don't believe that Gabe really intends to get any of that. Upgrades are finishing. So we're going for a split push. We have a double drop towards the left, and we have the main army on the right. So here comes a mass on siege. Here comes a push. Again, it's all or nothing for Gabe. Now there are stalkers in the main, waiting for the drop. Same time, Zealots, they do catch some of the reinforcements here. They catch some Marines. Good checking Marines go down. Scan reveals the stalkers. Gabe pulls away. And we got a couple of boys being pulled, just a couple. Couple of boys in the mix. Oh, Zealous to distract is just giving HeRo time. He's coming from behind. He wants those tanks. He gets one. Yeah, one tank goes down. He's going to get two. Does he? Oh, barely not. Nice save there by Gabe. Does pick up the tank. Still pushing in. Here we go. Here come the rest of the boys. Again, it's all or nothing for Gabe. But now there's a Colossus. Oof. Guardian Shield is activated. Yeah, Colossus swipes you on the Marines. Nice target firing here out of HeRo. Does focus on the bio. Oof. Pulls back to the shield batteries. Has 2 shield batteries here at the third and natural base. And we're getting more warpins. Yeah, more warpins. Now there's barely any SCVs left. Collapsing of the tanks. Tanks are exposed, and GG gets called. HeRo will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG well played again. Hyper aggression out of HeRoMaRinE, going for the 2-base all-in. Unfortunately, when it came to the first push, we saw that HeRo was able to scatter ahead of time, able to get in position for the first drop, I should say, and shut down the first army. There was a lot of potential, and they did cancel the third base, but ideally you cancel the third, and with that kind of committed move out, with going tank Viking, the way that HeRoMaRinE did, you cancel the third base and you push in, and you get the tanks, or you get the gateway on the high ground, the cyber core as well. If you recall, that tank falling was a brutal moment where he did unsiege at the wrong moment, picked up, and he lost everything. At that moment, he got cleaned up, he lost any kind of momentum, and HeRo took that away. Was able to take that away from Gabe. Not just that, but a couple of other nice moments for HeRo when it came to delaying the push and delaying the all-in with these Zealots specifically. The Zealots, they caught Marines, they forced the army back, they forced an early siege as well, and then the unsiege, that's when they got caught. So a lot of really key moments there, but now we're getting into game 2, and we'll see if Gabe can tighten up and bring us to the ace match. Let's go. As morning in the top right-hand corner of Leylines, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is a HeRo. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the German Terran player, the red Terran representing Mouse. It is a HeRoMaRinE. So, bienvenidos 007 and Zelensvad as well. Quack, quack, quack. Bienvenidos. Good to see you. I'm just giga tired, but we got this, man. We got this. Again, it's going to be an intense week of StarCraft. We have RSL later on this week. It's going to be a full week of RSL. Likewise, we also have the Podcast tomorrow. We have the Podcast. We have Pegasus Cup as well. Pegasus Cup. All the StarCraft. But now, though, we are going to be settling in. We'll see how Gabe does adjust here. Now, I don't expect to see the same build 2 games in a row. I'm referring to the fact that he went into Marine drop, a Cyclone into Tank Viking as a follow-up, just rallying across the map. That is a really potent and really powerful build. We've seen a lot of the top Protoss. We've even seen HeRo fall to it in the past, by the way. But alas, you know, it's getting played out. It's becoming more common, and people are getting more used to seeing that build specifically. We should be seeing something different here out of Gabe. Keep an eye on it. For now, single gas opener going into a faster command center. So more of an economic start here out of the HeRoMaRinE. There it is, CC is on the way, but on the high ground, so a bit of a safer approach. A little bit safer. As Gabe is going to be scanning for a proxy, making sure he's safe and sound. And we should be seeing more of the same at a HeRo. We should be seeing, once again, 3-gate blink into a robo, into a delayed third base. There's no reason to deviate, especially on ley lines. Once we get into larger maps like Tokamak or Maganatha or even Incorporeal at times, like that's when you can get away with greedier builds and cut some corners. Outside of that, it is a little bit more risky. But here we go. There's that Twilight Council. Shema, papi, Shema. Yes, buenos dias. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, as HeRo, I assume is going to be opening up Blink. My apologies. Does go for 3 gateways, but he's going to be going for Charge instead. Interesting decision here. Meanwhile, across the map, does confirm the CC that's being floated down from the high ground. Scouts into the main base, confirms that it was a faster CC. Delayed tech here for HeRoMaRinE. Now, speaking a little bit about the build of choice for HeRo, going to Charge like this is meant to hard counter a 2-base all-in. If Gabe was going like last game into an early tank push, into a committed move out early on, then Chargers would completely clean something like that up. And we are making early tanks here, by the way. So Cyclone is a tank. I believe Gabe should be pushing. Oh, never mind. 3rd TC before Starport. Okay. Okay. Get my attention. Gabe is being hyper greedy here, rushing into the 3rd CC. Now, there's a bit of a give and take. On the one hand, cool. You know, Gabe, he can now try to get away with his greed. He's going for a 2nd Rax, delaying his starport quite heavily. Gabe is going to be stuck at home. He's going to be turtling. He's going to be turtling up back at home. And we'll see how strong his defenses are going to be. HeRo, with the early charge timing, he might, because he has early charge. And once he realizes there's nothing coming across the map, he might want to make use of this army and try to push into the natural. If that's the case, SimCity is going to be crucial here to defend the natural base against the mass zealots of HeRo. So bunkers on the way, tanks are amassing as well. Building on more Raxes. Hallucination confirms the 3rd CC, he knows. So HeRo, he's aware of the greed. And it's going to be on HeRo to try to punish this 3rd base or to catch up. For now, he's throwing down his own 3rd. HeRo, he's behind when it comes to the 3rd base timing. He's going for the Bay, going for the Forge. As you can see here, HeRo, he's not going for an all-in. He is expanding and taking up quite heavily. This is all on 3 gates. All on 3 gateways, so very low gateway count into upgrades, into tech, into expansions, into economy. We're kind of both building up into the mid-game. Both HeRoMaRinE and HeRo. So skipping any kind of early game aggression, building up into the mid-game. And we'll see where our players take us from here. And the game may just slow down completely. Now, the big power spike for HeRoMaRinE is going to be once he gets up to full 3-base saturation. Remember, with a faster 3rd CC, he's going to get 2-base saturation faster as well. So he's going to be fully up and running faster than usual. Likewise, he'll be able to land his 3rd base and get it saturated. And he'll be able to have a big power spike once he can make use of that economy. The pressure's going to be on HeRo to try to delay the push, try to counterattack, engage ahead of time, or even just delay the expansion. Pressure's on HeRo. So now HeRo's just fanning at his units. From here we're building up. Here comes that third base. Again, it's almost fully saturated. Throws down the sensor tower, and I was curious to see if HeRoMaRinE was going to build up on 3 bases and then push. With the sensor tower being thrown down and with the turret being thrown down, Gabe, he might just get a 4th CC and just turtle and max out. Yep, Ghost Academy's on the way. If you recall, I did allude to this at the start of the series, how this is a style that has been very popular over the past month of play, ever since the latest patch, basically. Ever since the latest patch, we've seen all-ins die down, and we've seen a lot more passive play like this, where you get a fast 3rd base into a 4th base, and you don't actually move out across the map until you max. Until you max out with Ghosts, with Liberators. Of course, this is a style that Bjorn has been playing all year, that is true, and now we have all the other Terrans that are kind of, you know, getting to that point as well. But a big part of that is just because of the latest patch, just because all-ins are less effective than they used to be. And aggression is less effective than it once was in TVP. Yeah, and there it is, 4th CC. So yeah, we're just turtling. We're just turtling up into a 4th CC. Again, somewhere Bjorn is out there. He's like, see, I told you guys. Just turtle up and max out, baby. Aye, aye, aye. Clem, Gabe, and all the others are like, but it wasn't the case previously. We didn't have to do this before. It's like, whatever you say. So far, nice war shields. Ooh, catching out the Marines, catching the Marauders. Gabe, he should not be out here. He should not be out here. Oh, no, as he bleeds out more Marauders. Aye, aye, aye. We spoke about it, Gabe. He was meant to be turtling. He moves out. He gets punished. Punished so hard. And Gabe is vulnerable here. Thankfully, there are no Zealots, but here they come. Zealots are coming in to reinforce. With these shard dots here, he might be able to break this position. He's tempted. Prism goes in. Prism is denied. HeRo should not be able to break this, though. He's trying to get on top of the tanks. Gets one. Gets both tanks. Oh, the Colossus, they Jubilee their way through. There's only one Viking. Only one. Oh! Oh my god. Viking barely survives. Somehow, some way. But the Prism is here. Here he's just going to reinforce, going to warp in more units. And again, as you mentioned, Gabe, he got caught with his pants down. He should not have been out here on the low ground when he was. He lost half his bio army when he did that, when he did so. And now Gabe is being punished. Trying to hold on. Does get one with Colossus. Nice target firing at a Gabe. There's one Colossus left. Oh, no, it doesn't get picked up. Miscontrol at a HeRo. Doesn't pick up, doesn't save it. Zealots are trading, but Gabe, he should be able to hold on here. Yeah, he will hold on. Vikings are landing. We'll clean everything up. And HeRo overextends. Did I speak too soon? It's a lot of warpins, man. The Immortals. Yeah, lock on the Immortals. Zealots like try to charge in once again. Nice hold position, Michael, with the SCVs. Very nice hold position. Fury has to pull away. Still kills a lot of workers as a result, though. That's going to be 14 workers going down. Fury cripples the economy, and behind this he's on 4 bases himself. On 4 bases, rebuilding, remaxing. We have Shadow Stride on the way, going into DTs. Okay, I see you. And that's a lot of DTs. Oh no. We've how many? 10 Dark Templar, Pappy. Oh god. So now CT's on the way. Gabe, he's still stuck defending back at home. He's still stuck turtling, as you mentioned. Ideally, you want to be turtling up until you have Ghosts and Liberators as well, but we'll see if we can get there. This Gabe is kind of stumbling his way into a longer game. You're getting a 5th. Why if you're all-ins now? The previous map pool attributed it to it. I'm referring to the map pool with Tokamak, with Maganatha, with Incorporeal, Persephone. I will say that the meta is still settling into the new map pool. I will say the new map pool is a mixed bag. It's very much so a mixed bag, and I think it's also going to force more of this style as well, just because we spoke about it previously. In the new map pool, there's a lot of really big maps. There's a lot of really large maps, and it is difficult for the Terran player to turtle up on the new map pool as well. There's a lot to get into for that. But the new map pool, it does look very brutal for Terran and TvP. I'm curious to see how it evolves over time. There we go, DTs, they do bust in towards the mineral line. They walk in. Meanwhile, HeRo does towards the distraction. DTs, they just go ham in the mineral line, and SCVs are going down. But I think we counted, so basically in the new map pool, not this one, but the new one, of the 9 maps, I want to say that 6 of them I would classify as like large maps. So like I'm not too in favor of like all-ins on any of those 6 maps. There are 3 maps that I feel like do favor aggressive builds and do favor all-ins, but it's a minority, as opposed to in this previous map pool, which was a little bit different. Which I would say there were only like 3 big macro maps. So the new maps are a lot bigger, on average. As HeRoMaRinE does try to kite out, or just try to break out. Nice shuttling here by HeRo. Does kite back. And the damage has already been done here. Even if HeRoMaRinE wins this fight, GG gets called. The economy is crippled, and HeRo, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Gabe, I appreciate what he tried to do in game one. Gabe, he was hyper aggressive and hyper all in. We were able to see a little bit of flair out of Gabe in that first game. Here in game number 2, we saw a lot of what we're seeing more of in recent times, which is more defensive play. I mentioned something about the map pool, of course, but this is, you know, in the previous map pool. A big factor here, of course, is Storm. Like, Storm is a big, powerful zoning tool now, so Storm is a little bit better when it comes to defending against all-ins and shutting them down. Likewise, Colossus base openers are more viable now as well because of the nerf to, or because of the change to the Ghost. That's why we're seeing a lot of Colossus base play. Because of that, I would say that these all-ins and these earlier timing attacks are that much weaker than they once were. And here we saw Gabe also try to embrace, you know, a longer, later game, go for that more turtle-heavy style. Winding it back, talking specifically about this game, Gabe, he was looking pretty good, but he got caught on the map. He made the mistake of like trying to turtle up, but he was active on the map. You got to resist the temptation. He got caught in the low ground, he got force fielded in, and he bled out so much of his Marines and Marauders. He lost momentum. That's when he lost control of the map and control of the game. So really unfortunate there that Gabe got caught out on the map and got caught in the low grounds. GG, well played. With that, HeRo does take the series 2-0 and will advance on to the semifinals, where he's going to be facing off against his next opponent. Oh boy, up next is going to be a PvP between HeRo and MaxMax. Let's go.